Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of MOE'S Tool Talk. And on this episode, I'm going to finally explain what that is. That, I'm going to take this off the wall and show you, is tool related. I've drawn this a long while ago. I'm going to take this off the wall. Just tape, and I'm going to present now what this is. Okay, it's kind of, without an explanation, it's kind of hard to make out. This is actually representing the concept of, like, when I tried to create this, I wish it was in 3D, because if this was in 3D, it'd be, this is a two-dimensional representation of my feelings of the album for Lateralis, because now I feel that that Lateralis, even though it's 13 songs, it's divided into 7 chapters. In my mind, it's divided into 7 chapters, and when you look at it in those 7 chapters, and if you watch the Trash Talkers, the drawing that they have in the back that I sent them, when you go around the circle of the star, I put the track list around the circle. You'll see that they're listed within those chapters that I think that they're in, and this was drawn in that way. It starts off with the push of the button, and here's the first chapter, which is the very first chapter here is in the green area. Okay, that is for the grudge. The grudge is, ignorant to the damage done. And then if you read on the, take this upside down, yeah. And if you can, hopefully you can see that. If you wear the grudge like a crown of negativity, calculate what we will or will not tolerate, desperate to control all, it's the lyrics. It's just the lyrics of the grudge, all written sideways, and all the letters are connected together. So it's like so it just kind of creates if you're looking at it from far, it creates this kind of weird little pattern on the bottom. But that's what it is. And then then it's the second chapter, which let's get here from the blue area, all that blue area, because it's with the Eon Blue Apocalypse. And then you got to turn this upside down so you don't really notice what it is. But then it says, if there were no desire to heal, and then it kind of continues the rest of the lyrics for the patient. So that's the patient, Eon Blue Apocalypse, and the patient. That's the second chapter. That's the second area. And then you get to the third area, which is mantra, which is kind of the, even though it's 4, it's in the schism chapter. That's chapter, that's chapter 3. That's the third chapter. Each area represents, what I consider the chapter, and I know the pieces fit, of course. It's the skulls, and those are kind of puzzle pieces. If you look closely, you can kind of see it skewed a little bit, but those are puzzle pieces together. And yeah, there's some skulls in some of those puzzle pieces. You can see it says schism on the side, both sides. And then you get to the next chapter, which is parabole and parabola. The lyrics are parabola is on one side, and the lyrics for the parabola are on the other side. I'll try to get a closer view of that without blocking my view, because I want to see what you're seeing, so I can. Sorry about this. So let's see if you can't see that there. So yeah. all this pain in the pink part there in the bottom. All this pain is an illusion. You can, if you can, hopefully you can see that. So yeah, and of course because that part, each chapter is represented by a chakra. You get the base chakra, then you get the stomach chakra, and and then there's the heart chakra, and then your third eye chakra, and then we'll get to that. So of course you see the seven-sided star that they use. It's kind of hidden in there, but you get the heart, and and it's pointing arrows that it's going outward. It's spiraling out, but you don't really see the spiral there. But there is supposed to be a kind of like a spiral. But yeah, I kind of just made it up at the spot. It's just trying to get what's in my head onto paper, and it's not always comes out the way you expect. But then you get the next chapter, which is like ticks and leeches, and the ticks and leeches part is kind of the shoulder part of it. That's all the and the ticks and leeches, and that's attacking the throat chakras and that. If you can see this, says suck and yeah, suck all across there with little streamers at the end of the suck to kind of fill up the space in there. And that's kind of what that gray pattern here is. Those are supposed to be kind of leeches, sucking the energy out, and then you get the next chapter, which is kind of represented by the face and the kind of the rest of the, which is spiral out, keep going, spiral out, keep going. On this side, it says reaching out to embrace whatever may come. Oh, well, this first, reaching out to embrace the random, reaching out to embrace whatever may come. Spiral out, keep going. And there's kind of spirals on the side of his, on the side of his head. And I don't know, it was just a random pattern that I wanted to draw for the face, with the eyes like that, and the third eye in that pattern, with kind of, I don't know, with the rectangles around the like where the nose is, and it's supposed to be kind of an alien, but also a human hybrid type of thing with the whatever the album kind of represents. But then you kind of look around the rim of it with between the orange and the green, the kind of the pattern. So that's that chapter. But then you get to this chapter here. These three lines. That's the Holy Trilogy. That watching the seasons change. What's the name of the song? It's on the tip of my tongue. I should know this by heart. But it's disposition. Yeah, of course, disposition. With watching the weather change. The suits represents the seasons, and this, of course, is represented by reflection. Reflection. So sacrifice the ego before it's far too late. If you know the lyrics, so it's the main part of the lyrics, and this is represented by is triad. The black space up here, that's the Oed de Faip. That's that little staticky outro thing that finishes out with the kind of sound at the end. But that's what this is kind of representing. It's supposed to be my take on lateralis is in chapters. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 chapters with a bit of the Fayip part being kind of a post something. It's an afterthought, but it's still kind of it's in the back. That's considered the background in some ways. But you see how those three, the Holy Trinity, how they kind of go through this, the center. And I kind of like the way when I did the triad, that it warps down into basically like a halo, the orange and the green halo going around. So yeah, that's what that kind of represents and means. And in case people were wondering what is that picture there that I've drawn, it's tool related, of course. It's me trying to. I want to try to do a companion piece, exactly the same size, but I do a kind of another one. It'll be completely different, but in the same type of format. Yeah, it'll be exactly the same size, but I wanted to do another one to kind of companion piece this, because I can't just do it in one take, because it's multi-dimensional. Tool for me is like humans. I think we're multi-dimensional beings, the way we exist in this world. My personal philosophy, if you don't believe in that, it's fine. I'm not here to preach anything to anyone, but I do believe that we are, multi-dimensional beings experiencing this time and this place, for some sort of greater purpose that we have no idea about. But I find Lateralis, that album, expresses those amazing it gives me some of the most positive feelings for such a dark and broody band that people sometimes say that the people who don't really take the time to listen, and they kind of prejudge the band before they even get to know it, which they did a lot in the past. But to me, there's no greater thing than Lateralis, and that is kind of what that represents. I wish I could show you some more of the details. See if you can't see some of that intricate lyric writing here. Get that as close as I can so you can see here. How well do you see that? So, as well as I can get there, that's what that represents. Now, I am going to be putting that back upside down. I am going to be putting that back where it belongs. I'm just going to be changing the tape. I'm going to be putting. That's kind of what I do for taping it. I just fold up a piece of tape. I like to try to protect the back by putting another piece of tape over the back of the cardboard, so it doesn't ruin it as much when you try to take the tape off. So I'll show you. I'm going to take the tape off now. Just kind of take it off. I had put clear tape in the center here because I wanted to make sure it stayed on the wall. Before I didn't have to put. Before 4 was enough, but here for some reason I needed to put 8. So that concludes this episode of MOE'S Tool Talk. Excuse me, I don't mean to keep making noise, but for those, I'm not gonna apologize for that. No, I think you guys have a good evening, day, night, wherever you may be. Be safe, everyone. Take care. I will see you on the flip side, and have a great time. Enjoy your life. See ya.